Welcome to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A surprising moment of calm is drawing national attention following the security scare at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. The man seen in viral videos calmly remaining in his seat and continuing to eat as chaos unfolded has now been identified as Michael Glantz, a senior agent with Creative Artists Agency. As shots rang out and attendees, including Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, were rushed out of the ballroom, most guests took cover. But Glantz stayed seated, finishing his burrata salad while Secret Service agents moved swiftly through the room. In an interview, Glantz said his reaction was shaped by his experience living in New York City, where constant noise and emergency activity are part of daily life. He said he was not afraid and chose instead to observe the response unfolding around him. Glantz also explained that a pre-existing back condition made it difficult for him to get onto the floor, and he expressed concern about lying down on what he described as an unclean surface, particularly while wearing formal attire. The unusual scene quickly spread across social media, prompting both criticism and curiosity over his composure. Authorities continue to review the incident as questions remain about how the breach occurred. This is Streaming News Network. A major step toward the future of transportation is taking shape in New York City, where an all-electric aircraft has successfully completed demonstration flights between Manhattan and John F. Kennedy International Airport. The aircraft, developed by Joby Aviation, is part of a new generation of electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, often called air taxis. These aircraft lift off like helicopters, then tilt their propellers forward to fly like a plane, carrying up to 5 people, including a pilot. Company officials say the goal is to eventually shuttle passengers from Manhattan to JFK Airport in under 10 minutes, a dramatic reduction from the typical 1 to 2 hour drive through city traffic. The aircraft also operates with zero in-flight emissions and significantly less noise than traditional helicopters. The flights are part of a broader testing initiative under the Federal Aviation Administration Integration Pilot Program, aimed at safely introducing next-generation aircraft into U.S. airspace. The effort is supported by the U.S. Department of Transportation, which has selected multiple pilot programs nationwide to evaluate uses ranging from passenger travel to emergency response and cargo delivery. Joby is also working alongside regional transportation authorities and industry partners, including Delta Air Lines and Uber, as it moves through the final stages of federal certification. If approved, officials say these electric air taxis could soon become a common sight in major cities around the world, reshaping how people move through urban environments. This is Streaming News Network. Longtime television personality Vanna White is speaking out about working with both past and present hosts of Wheel of Fortune, making it clear she is not choosing sides. In a recent interview, White described her experience alongside former host Pat Sajak and current host Ryan Seacrest as simply incomparable, saying the two are like apples to oranges. She emphasized that each brings a unique style to the show, adding that both men have been enjoyable and easy to work with. Sajak stepped away from the iconic program in 2024 after decades at the helm, with Seacrest officially taking over hosting duties later that year. While the transition marked a significant shift for longtime viewers, White says the focus remains on keeping the show engaging and fresh. She noted that over the years, she has worn more than 8,000 dresses on the program, with new looks, puzzles, contestants, and moments introduced daily to maintain the show's appeal. White has also previously acknowledged feeling nervous ahead of the transition, after spending so many years working alongside Sajak. However, she says Seacrest has stepped into the role successfully and continues to carry the show forward. This is Streaming News Network. A Louisiana mayor is facing serious legal trouble while also pushing back against the allegations, calling them an attempt to derail her political future. Authorities say Alice Wallace, mayor of Winsboro, was arrested in connection with an alleged $75,000 government benefits fraud scheme. According to Liz Merle, Wallace is accused of improperly receiving Medicaid benefits over several years. Investigators allege that after becoming mayor in 2022, Wallace failed to report changes in household income, marital status, and access to employer-provided health insurance, factors that would have made her ineligible for the program. Officials claim the benefits were used through 2026. Wallace was taken into custody in Baton Rouge and charged with 6 counts of government benefits fraud. She was later released on bond. In response, Wallace has denied wrongdoing and suggested the accusations are politically motivated. In social media posts, she described the situation as an effort to discredit her re-election campaign, attributing the controversy to what she called outside forces working against her. She also maintains that she and her family had private health insurance coverage during the period in question and questioned why Medicaid would have been used if that were the case. Despite the charges, Wallace says she remains confident and intends to continue her campaign. Meanwhile, Attorney General Murrell emphasized that fraud cases will be prosecuted regardless of position, stating that anyone who defrauds taxpayers will be held accountable. This is Streaming News Network. Concern is growing tonight for actor Samuel Monroe Jr., who has reportedly been hospitalized in Southern California and is now fighting a serious medical condition. According to family members, the 52-year-old performer, known for his role in the 1993 film Menace to Society, has been on life support for several days as he battles meningitis. His prognosis remains uncertain, with loved ones receiving updates from doctors as his condition develops. In response to the mounting medical situation, Monroe's family has launched an online fundraiser to help cover what they describe as significant medical expenses. The appeal emphasizes support for his children during this critical time. Monroe's mother also shared an emotional message, asking for prayers and expressing hope for her son's recovery. Over the years, Monroe built a career with appearances in films such as Tales from the Hood, Set It Off, and The Players Club, as well as television roles including NYPD Blue. He also appeared in the Wayans Brothers parody film Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Family members continue to ask for privacy and support as they navigate the days ahead. This is Streaming News Network. Authorities in Tennessee have filed charges in connection with a deadly shooting at a popular tourist attraction. Investigators say 24-year-old Evan Cogdill has been charged with criminally negligent homicide following the death of 22-year-old Jacob Inselman. The incident occurred in the parking lot of Dolly Parton's Stampede in Pigeon Forge. According to police, both men were inside a vehicle when a firearm discharged, striking Inselman. He was transported to a nearby hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Officials say Cogdill contacted authorities shortly after the shooting, and the investigation remains ongoing. The attraction, owned by entertainment icon Dolly Parton, is a well-known destination featuring live performances, horseback stunts, and a multi-course Southern-style meal. The venue has been a staple in the area for decades and is located near the Dollywood theme park. No additional details have been released about what led to the shooting, as law enforcement continues to gather evidence. This is Streaming News Network. A war of words is escalating between late-night host Jimmy Kimmel and the White House following controversial remarks made during a recent comedy segment. Last week, Kimmel aired a parody of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, during which he mocked First Lady Melania Trump. Just days later, the actual event was disrupted by a serious security incident, drawing heightened attention to the comedian's comments. In response, both Melania Trump and President Donald Trump issued statements on social media. The First Lady criticized the remarks as divisive and harmful, while the president called for Kimmel to be removed from his position, urging action from parent companies Disney and ABC. Kimmel, host of Jimmy Kimmel Live, has long been known for political satire targeting public figures, a tradition that continues to spark debate over the boundaries of comedy and commentary. Meanwhile, industry data shows shifting dynamics in late-night television. Recent ratings indicate Kimmel's program trailing competitors, including Gutfeld and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, in total viewership. The broader conversation now centers on the role of political humor in an already polarized climate, and how networks balance creative expression with audience response. This is Streaming News Network. Renewed attention is being placed on the private life of pop icon Michael Jackson following the upcoming biographical film Michael, which chronicles his rise from childhood stardom to global fame. The film's release has sparked fresh interest in Jackson's high-profile marriage to Lisa Marie Presley, whose posthumous memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, offers deeply personal insights into their relationship. In the memoir, completed by her daughter Riley Keough, Presley reflects on her brief but intense marriage to Jackson, whom she wed in 1994. She recounts intimate conversations from the early days of their relationship, describing both emotional vulnerability and uncertainty as their romance developed. Presley also details the rapid progression of their relationship, including Jackson's declaration of love while she was still married to musician Danny Keough, and their marriage just weeks after her divorce, an event that drew global attention at the time. While she described being deeply in love, Presley also alluded to significant challenges behind the scenes, including pressures surrounding Jackson's personal and legal struggles during the mid-1990s. The couple ultimately divorced in 1996, though Presley later acknowledged attempts at reconciliation. The film, directed by Antoine Fuqua and starring Jaffer Jackson in the title role, is expected to bring renewed focus to Jackson's legacy. Presley, who passed away in 2023 at the age of 54, remains a central figure in this chapter of music history, offering what many see as a rare and personal glimpse into the life of one of the world's most influential entertainers. New details are emerging about actress Nicole Kidman, who was briefly hospitalized during the production of her latest television project. According to her co-star Nick Offerman, Kidman became seriously ill with the flu on her first day of filming the series Margot's Got Money Troubles, in which she portrays a former professional wrestler. Despite her condition, Offerman says Kidman arrived on set determined to complete a major scene involving hundreds of extras. He described her as visibly unwell but committed to finishing the shoot, ensuring production stayed on schedule. After completing her scenes, Kidman was taken to a hospital, where she received treatment, including intravenous fluids. Kidman's co-star praised her professionalism, saying her dedication prevented delays on what was a complex filming day. The incident comes amid continued public interest in Kidman's personal life, including reports of a recent separation from her husband, country music star Keith Urban. While those reports have drawn attention, neither party has publicly detailed the situation. Kidman is expected to make a full recovery and continues work on upcoming projects. This has been Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.